A rental car is found in the Curry Village parking lot at Yosemite National Park, belonging to 44-year-old Kieran Burke of Rathfarnham, Ireland. Kieran was reported missing by the hotel when he failed to check out of his room on time. He had traveled alone to San Francisco for a 2-week holiday. He was last seen on April 5th hiking in the Yosemite Valley. Kieran reportedly left for a day hike and disappeared into the wilderness. The search for Kieran did not begin until April 11th, 5 days after he was reported missing. During this time, the standard protocol involved waiting 24 to 48 hours after the disappearance to initiate a search. It's still unclear why 5 days elapsed before the search began. This may have been due to Kieran's reputation as an experienced hiker from having hiked the Himalayas successfully. Once the search was initiated, 250 searchers, 15 search dog teams, and 4 helicopters poured over Yosemite. The search continued for the next 6 days, with appeals to the public for any information going unanswered. There was never any evidence found of what may have happened to Kieran on that fateful hike. Kieran was an avid hiker and photographer, as well as having a wife and 3 children. Police patrol discover the remains of 28-year-old Benjamin Kritzer nearly a mile up Ferguson Canyon and about 200 yards off trail. But what led Benjamin off trail and into this deadly situation? Benjamin was an avid day hiker who had recently moved to Utah from North Carolina and usually would contact his family when he returned from a hike. When Benjamin failed to show up to work on April 7th, his family reported him missing. On April 6th, Ben drove his car to the trailhead of Ferguson Canyon and set out for a day hike. He then texted a picture of a common wildflower to a family member and disappeared. Unfortunately, Ben did not tell anyone where he would be hiking that day. On April 8th, police located Ben's car at the Ferguson Canyon trailhead. After some interviewing, police found a person who saw Ben up the canyon on April 6th with minimal gear. When he went hiking, the weather was a nice 70 degrees Fahrenheit. However, that soon changed to cold rain and eventually snow. 25 people on 3 search teams combed the area along with 3 search dogs, a helicopter, and several drones. Unfortunately, the search was delayed due to the weather. On April 11th, the search team took a rest day while local police patrolled the area. The patrol walked over a previously searched area where snow had thinned and found Benjamin Kritzer, lifeless and frozen. So here is what we've been able to piece together of what Benjamin's final timeline looks like. On the morning of April 6th, he arrives at Ferguson Canyon trailhead. He then takes a picture of a wildflower and texts that to the family to mark the start of his hike. At some point, he wanders off trail. Then the rain hits, turning to snow, and Ben, in a search for shelter or possibly just the trail, slips down a slippery slope and falls down a cliff and either succumbs to his injuries or to the elements. Benjamin ignored one of the most important rules of solo hiking, which is to tell someone where you will be. This simple bit of information could have gotten the searchers to him quicker and possibly saved his life. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on our next descent into the past. We'll see you next time.